So today I'm going to be talking about agents days. So I've had a few people that I know and who have reached out to me through Instagram, not knowing what an agents day is. They've never heard of it before, they've never seen it before. So I thought it'd be really good for me to kind of go through what one is, what are the benefits, especially from a selling perspective, and also kind of what it looks like day to day. So what is an agents day? Well, part of the marketing strategy is the listing agent on a property will schedule in a date to invite any of the luxury property partners agents that have the time to be able to come out to the property, to come and view it, and to get some digital form content that can go on all of the platforms such as YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, so all of the key ones that will obviously advertise and market that property. So let's get straight into the benefits. First of all, let me ask you, if your goal was to go into the ocean and fish for the most amount of fish to be able to find the best one, would you go into the ocean as an individual with a fishing line, or would you want to go as a team with a large net and more tools in order to reach that goal of catching the most fish to be able to find the best one? Now, in this particular scenario, it is very, very clear that you would pick the team to go out with a net to be able to catch all of those fish. Now, the same is for buyers. We need to catch the attention of the most amount of buyers to be able to get them to view your property in order to find the best one that is in the best proceedable position. So, in that instance, what we need to do then is club together, bring in a team, get digital content or marketing material in front of as many different people as possible, and we can do that through the form of social media. Every single agent in the Luxury Property Partners network has a different pool of buyers in their network. They also have different audiences. They are from different locations as well, so they can kind of offer kind of a wider national targeting marketing strategy. So realistically, the goal for an estate agent to sell a property is to catch the attention of the massive amount of buyers, to be able to get them to view the property, fall in love with the property, and make a really secure and amazing offer for our clients. The other important benefit is feedback, and I think this is something that lacks in this industry, on finding out what the market is saying about a property. No estate agent can go into your property and say, I value it at this amount and we are definitely, and I promise you, we are going to get this price. Okay, they could do all the correct things and it might not go for that price that they promised you, because ultimately the market will decide. And when we're talking about the market, we are just in essence talking about the pool of buyers at that current point in time. So in order to kind of get your property out there in front of the most amount of buyers is really crucial to kind of gain feedback from the market or the pool of buyers on where they see value. What do they love about the property? What are things that is kind of turning them off the property, which is why they're kind of looking elsewhere? And realistically, what we always have to remember, usually the buyer is always an emotional buyer, somebody that sees the house, falls in love with the house, sees themselves there, sees their family there, sees their lifestyle there. So to be able to kind of engage that emotional response, we need to be able to get them to the property. So being able to put our content out, bring them in, you're going to find somebody will find like an emotional attachment to that property. And if we don't, we have a huge expansive kind of amount of buyers that can give us really healthy and integral feedback for us to go back to our client and say, this is what the market is saying at the moment. Wouldn't you rather be in a position of having multiple people view your property, give you feedback, you can strategize on that, than having no one turn up to any viewings and have no offers and have a massive question mark over why that is. And then lastly, just on the benefits, what I have seen from kind of behind the scenes is the culture that is created within Luxury Property Partners. This feeling of supporting one another, doing the best by the client. You know, it is often that estate agents can have quite stereotypical characteristics put against them. That doesn't mean that they're true, but they often, the kind of public can perceive an estate agent in a certain way. And unfortunately that has come from, you know, we could be talking a very long time ago, but it has come from experiences that people have felt towards, and then that gets passed on, gets spoken about, and the industry slowly starts to kind of evolve into somewhere that's not necessarily trusted, and it's not necessarily kind of client focused. And I think that's what we need to showcase to clients, and I think clients need to feel that. And I definitely know that the clients that we have worked with have always been very complimentary about how the team work together and how it does feel different. There is such a supportive nature, there is such a drive to do best by the client, there is satisfaction from us if the client has received world-class service that we are stating that we give. We don't do things by halves, you know, there's sometimes no expense spared. We will go above and beyond to make sure that somebody has the right service and has the right person behind them to do the job that they need doing, which is to sell their house. I think, you know, when you're picking who you want to have an estate agent, who you want to have in your corner to sell your house, you need to think on, you know, skills of what they can bring to the table. You need to also think about the type of individual that they are. How hungry are they? How determined are they? How driven are they to sell your property? And also just look at what kind of team they have around them, what support system, even down to executive assistants. You know, no estate agent is in it purely by themselves. There is always support behind the scenes, and there's always kind of should be this team and kind of really amazing culture that goes with them. So always make sure to look out for that, and I do think Luxury Property Partners can offer that tenfold. I think what's important for sellers to know is there's 4 types of buyers basically. There are your local buyers, so people that will only want to kind of move in and around their surrounding area. You've got your national buyers, so people that want to relocate, whether the place that you live is desirable, it's close to something that maybe family, maybe transport links, but a lot of people might move into somewhere away from their home for multiple different reasons. So you've got a national scale of people wanting to come in and move different places. You've got passive buyers, so people that aren't necessarily wanting to move. However, if their dream home came up, they would think about it. And then you've got your obvious active buyers, the people that are on Rightmove every day, looking at the portals, trying to find something that fits their kind of category, their budget, their requirements, because they definitely want to move. Now, if we think of those 4 different types of buyers, just using digital format alone, which is not what we do, but there's a lot of estate agents that don't use this specific strategy, we can target all 4 of them, and easily, and to a huge mass at one point. So if you think about your active buyers, they will already be looking. They are likely to stumble across our properties because they will be on all the portals, they will be on our website, they will be on our Instagram channels, our YouTube channels, our Facebook channels. So they will see it if they are actively looking in that particular postcode, in that particular area, at that particular price point. Your passive buyers, which are your harder ones to find. However, with Facebook, with Instagram, with YouTube, all of these sites, you have what's called an organic reach. So where the people that we obviously have in our social media networks, people that are following us, people that are engaging with our posts, they will see it. However, you can also do targeted paid ads, which is something that we always swear by, and against the whole LPP network, we also do. So this is where it kind of ties back to not just getting one agent, you're getting multiple. So with that in mind, we are putting your property in front of people that don't even know yet if they want to move. However, your property specifically could tick all of their boxes, and that in the kind of makes them think, I need to go view that property. I just need to know if that is my dream home. Is that something that I want? You know, I've been thinking for a while and this kind of fits most of the criteria, so let me go and have a look. That passive buyer goes and has a look on a whim. They fall in love. They then understand it's their dream home. They are the people that are putting the offer forward. So you need to hit both of them. And then where we've got local and national, with social media, it's not stuck to one area in the UK. It's not even stuck to one area just in the UK. We could go global. We can kind of start targeting people abroad, international kind of agencies that can bring buyers to the table, all sorts of ways, all through creating captivating, interesting and aesthetically pleasing marketing strategies, which is social media content. I think also it's not just about having an agent day, getting loads of agents there with their mobile phones creating content. That is not what it is. It really is a strategic marketing plan. There are so many thoughts that go into it that I don't think people kind of realise. And I think that's what is amazing about Luxury Property Partners, is everything is not just, oh, just go and try it. There is a thought process, there is a proven strategy behind each and every type of marketing we want to do. So then when we come to deliver it, we know that we are delivering it to its best ability. So this has been a bit of a whistle-stop tour on what an agent's day is, but hopefully you kind of understand a little bit more about it, why we do it. I think I could go on with loads of different benefits and loads of different things for ages, but I do think maybe just sit there and think, if your property is currently on the market, just have a look at what marketing has been done and think about, has there been thought behind every marketing choice from your current agent? And I don't think there's any harm in you kind of going to your agent and saying, what's your network of agents like? Would they all kind of come together, get some really good content just so I can expose it to the most amount of buyers? You can ask the question and see if they deliver for you. And if they do, then amazing. It would be a shame that that's not something that's just put into their marketing strategy from the beginning. However, they will be doing something extra in order to get your property in front of the most amount of buyers. But if there's some kind of pushback, that's not something that they do, it's not something that's needed, I think reevaluate every marketing strategy. You know, an agent's day doesn't necessarily need to be needed, but it's definitely one thing that you wouldn't want to rule out, because we have had properties sell from other agents' content. We have had people reach out to view the property through social media content. So it is a proven strategy that could bring buyers to the table. So why would you want to rule it out? You know, why would you allow yourself to not potentially explore every avenue that is possible? So have a little look at your marketing, have a think, has there been thought process behind it? Have you received any feedback? And if it's a case where you're there and you're thinking, actually this sounds like a really brilliant idea and I want to know more, then feel free to reach out to me. My social media and my email address is below and it's at the end of the video, so just reach out to me and I can kind of go through this in more detail, because like I said, I can talk about it for ages, and maybe have a conversation with Luxury Property Partners of how we can potentially help you.